everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now you might have seen one of my previous videos of me doing the background on this double page spread. Now I'm keeping the masking tape on until I've decided what I'm doing about the white. I think I might just go over with an acrylic paint, or I might just leave it white. I've not decided yet. I think I do need to paint over it because there's some of the illustration under this masking tape. Now I will bring you closer in a minute, but I'm using my Prismacolor pencils and basically I am winging it. I am winging it. I want to do this skin on this lovely lady. Now I'm going to ignore all of the tattoos and stuff because I want the tattoos to be a similar if not identical colour to the birds or the hair. I've not decided yet. I'm not decided. So I'll start getting colours out. As you can see, I didn't masking fluid this. Sometimes I'm in the mood to do that and other times I am not. So let's pick a couple of pencils out. We've got Parma Violet. That's just for my shadow colours. Now some of these pencils, as you can see here, the core isn't in the centre. So I'll have to use a craft knife just to sharpen that bit. Otherwise it'll keep sharpening and sharpening and I won't be able to use the pencil. I want to use that shade. I want to pull out, actually I'm not even going to pull out shades, I'm just going to pull them out as I go and we'll see how we get on. So I'll sharpen it a bit and see how much I can get away with. That's the only thing with these Prismacolor. Like I sharpen that now, the camera's probably not going to want to focus, but you can see where the core is there, the wood's on that side, and that's, you can't use it properly. No, I do believe the quality has gone down since like a couple of years ago. Manufacturing things, so I just use a craft blade and just take off a layer of that wood. Obviously very carefully, just to expose that core a little bit better. Now I am quite heavy handed, I can't help it. I've tried my best, even with the hardest pencils like polychromos and erosion pencils, I break them. That's how heavy-handed I am. So I just want to do the basic shading of her skin on this part. Now I've said this a couple of times, because it's a double page spread, I don't know how much I'm going to be doing, you know, like talkie videos with this page. I might do a little bit as a time lapse, like probably the hair maybe. I think that'll probably take the longest, but I'm not too worried about the blending on this, and because there is that layer of watercolour down, you have got more tooth to the paper, so I'm not going to get an absolutely perfect blend unfortunately, but I don't mind. I don't mind at all, and I want some of these colours to peek through the greens because I don't want to make this a traditional skin colour. That's why I put that peach away then. I thought, I'm sure I said that I didn't want to make it a traditional colour, so why am I going in with the peach? But maybe we could use that for some of a blush. That's probably my favourite part of doing the skin now. I don't particularly like colouring the skin, but I like adding makeup. Blusher, bronzer, eyeshadow, giving her really long eyelashes. That's my favourite part. And eyes. Well, unfortunately she's got her eyes closed on this one, so I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm just using Prismas because they're easy. And because I know that I've put that watercolour down and the paper is a lot toothier, I'm not going to use my really expensive pencils. A little bit under the chin, run it down this side of the nose, a little bit under the eyebrows, not too much, some under the chin. I'm just going to completely ignore them tattoos for now because I do want to colour them separately and make them really vibrant and pop. Unlike my tattoo that's black and white, black, white and grey, I don't think I'd be able to pull off this. As much as I love coloured tattoos, I think they suit a certain person, and I'm not one of them. My dad's got coloured tattoos, I think. I think he's got a few, but most of them are black and white. Oh, it's hard to determine where the skin is clear and where the tattoos are. I do think that is skin there. A little bit at the bottom. And then we're just going to go crazy now and go in with some teal colours. So, this one, Aquamarine. Now, if you're wondering, I use the Helix sharpener, and I've had this sharpener now coming on 2 years. The camera might whittle a bit now, and I've never ever had an issue with it. I can't say the same for the pencils though. This one is exactly the same problem, you see. So I'm gonna have to do the same thing. So annoying. Especially when you do it and then you break off the tip of the core, and then you're having to sharpen it again, and then you're wasting the pencil. It isn't half irritating. But I mean, I think we ignore these problems with Prisma because we love them so much. I know that there's some people out there that don't like them, but I'm not one of them. I love these pencils. They're so easy to work with. So where I've put that purple, I'm going to go over with a layer of this Aquamarine and just deepen it up a little bit. You might hear my washing machine. It's a lovely day outside, so I thought, yes, get the washing out. So the towels are currently in. So it's just adding a little bit of depth to it. It feels nice to be colouring a Hanna Karlzon page again. So, for the highlights, I'm going to go with yellow chartreuse. Let's try that. Give that a bit of a sharpening. Let's just see how it looks. I might have to go over it with something else. Just a little sharpen. Because I'm using a different tripod now every time that I'm moving the desk. It's going doo -doo 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 -doo. But this tripod is so much easier. I can have it attached to my desk at all times. I don't have to put it away. It just sits on the table nice and neatly. I probably should have shut the kitchen door. That might have helped. So the tip of the nose and down the bridge as well. The tip of the forehead. I mean, like I said, I want this to be able to show through, so I don't want to colour over it too much, because that defeats the purpose. Same with these as well. If I can get some of that colour to pop through, that'd be nice. I think that works nice actually as a highlight for this sort of skin tone. Let me just go and shut that kitchen door. That should be a little bit quieter. I forget sometimes how loud that washing machine is. It sounds like it's going to take off. So what would they, I think like purples and pinks maybe with this, or do my usual and stick with the same colour scheme. I'm not sure with this one. So I want to add a little bit of light green. Try my best not to make the camera wiggle. I'll put a light layer of this over the rest, just a very light layer. Again, I want that other colour to pop through. I think I do want a little bit of peach though, just something on her cheeks. I'm not pressing hard here at all. Just want a little bit of this colour, not too much. Some of these pencils are looking a bit worse for wear. I might have to crack open that new set soon. Got it currently stored underneath my daughter's bed, so I know it's safe. So for the peachy shade, Deco Peach, let's try a little bit of this. This might be too light, which I've got a funny feeling it is going to be, yep. So we'll try just straight up peach. You can barely see that. Just about. We'll do her lips as well in the same colour. Like a barely there nude. I want to add a little bit of eyeshadow, so we'll go in with turquoise, cobalt turquoise. Put that at the very, like an eyeliner sort of thing, and then I want a nice blue, which that's a pretty shade, blue slate. It's like blending it out. I can go in later with some fine liner and make her lashes a little bit bigger. Should we give her a cat eye? The faint one. Just like that. I do want to add a little bit more blue, so I'm going to blue violet lake. Let's pull that colour out. You know what would be really nice with the tattoos? Ink tints. That's a really good idea, that actually. Ink tints for the tattoos. So what would happen if I press slightly harder? I can definitely feel the tooth of the paper. I can hear somebody cutting grass. It's lovely today. Lovely. I think we're in for some nice weather for the next week maybe. That's me hoping. I'm just trying to think of what else, because I don't want to go crazy with the skin. I don't want to make that too crazy. I think I'll move on to the tattoos. I'll just bring you out. I'm just sort of thinking out loud here. Come on camera, stay still. See, it's just quite a delicate look, and you can still see the colours behind it popping through just. But maybe the ink tints will be too much because all this is delicate. Maybe ink tints for the birds. I think that's what I'll do. I'm so indecisive today. I think because we've made her so look so delicate with her skin, I think maybe if I used ink tints on the tattoos it might pop too much. We'll do that, we'll do it on the birds. So I'll do some of these tattoos now. So I want to bring some violets, so the same colour that I did with the skin. Let's just pop you up there. Let's shade these in. So let's shade them as if they were a tattoo. You see these are not fully coloured. Like you've got the shade in, but the rest of the skin is popping through. If I do it like that, pull the colour up a bit. Try a darker purple, which is dark purple. Just make sure that you can see properly. And just deepen that up. I don't want to keep sharpening my pencils. I'm going to have to sharpen this one, unfortunately. Yeah, I think we'll bring some purples in with the birds. Yeah, the birds. So that needs to be the darker shade as well. I'll just use the two colours to make it easier on myself. And the hair, I'm not sure about the hair yet. I'm having a love-hate relationship with colouring hair at the minute, and it's definitely leaning more towards the hate, because I did a lot of hair last month and I've done quite a bit this month with all the Mariola Boudet pages. I'm just sort of need a break. I need a break from her. So maybe even just some sparkle pens or something like that, and just make it completely a mixed media page. I say it all the time and I'll say it again. Art is just meant to be fun. And if you want to chuck a load of glitter and paint and whatever you want on the page, what's the problem? And that is what's making me happy at the minute. Because just using pencils, I'd go crazy, I think. That's the impatience in me. Then go on to the dark purple. You see the sort of effect that I'm going for, and it's so easy to achieve. It's a bit more fiddly around these areas. And then that one. think for these dots as well, I love using this pen, the Security Jelly Roll Glaze. I think I'll keep that out for when I come up to that part. I just love that pen. I go through so many. And then the dark purple again. So I think I'll do this big one here, and then I'll do the rest off camera, and then I will come back, or I'll speed it up, or what shall I do? What shall I do? No, I'll just do it off camera, and then I'll come back and show you me putting the pen on, I think, because these are just going to be the same. What colour should we do for the inside? And the, well, I think I'll do the leaves in like a turquoise colour, just to match up with his skin a little bit. What do they call them in the middle of the flower? I have no idea. I should remember that from school, because I do remember doing about flowers and plants and stuff at school, but I don't remember the name of them. This very bottom one, and then let's go in with the dark purple. That was a big sigh roll though. I'll open the back door for you in a minute. Come on, sit outside. She doesn't tend to like just sitting outside, she just sits at the patio doors and looks out. And then if a pigeon or something flies into the garden, she's out there like a flash. I think though, if that dog caught anything, she'd be running back in the house screaming, she wouldn't know what to do. She's a Mrs. Tough Boots. But when we take her out for a walk and she sees another dog, she's terrified. Because she always had Evie with her. Yeah, she's a scaredy cat. So that's where we're up to on that. I will come back, like I said, and add the details of this pen and any other bits that I can think of. Because I don't want to rush it. I don't want to rush it just because I'm filming. But I don't want this video to be really, really long either. So that's the tattoo area more or less done. I just need to do the stems. Now for the, not stems. The stems and the leaves, I've just used 50% cool grey just to keep it quite neutral. I've not decided on these yet. I've not decided, so I'm going to leave them blank for now and then come back to them. But I will add the Jelly Roll Glaze pen, and this is an awesome pen, an awesome pen. So you better work after me saying how good you are. There we go. So where Hannah's already put the dots, going to pop more dots down. It's like shiny when it dries as well. It's just so easy to change. I love this pen. I've got the white version of this, but it's not as good. It dries like a clear colour but with like a tinge of white to it. It's strange. I would like to try the other glaze colours eventually. But I think that'll do. I think that'll do. I'm liking how she's turning out so far. like I said, in the next one I will do the birds, or maybe just do one full bird and then the rest off camera or speed, or I'm not sure yet. But I want to use ink tents for the birds. Now I'm going to have to match the headdress as well as all these leaves. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the video. I know it's not perfectly smooth skin, but I wasn't going for that. That's not what I'm going for. I wanted something really quick, really easy, and it's just effective on the page that I've already done watercolour. But please do give me a thumbs up. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you're new, and I will see you on my next one.